This is Swiss and Chips, your British guide to Switzerland. Hello and welcome to Swiss and Chips. I'm Jo.
And I'm Simon.
So today we're going to be talking about the different shops that we have in Switzerland, where you can buy certain things and where the best places to go are.
Yes, that's true. It's quite often people ask, where can I buy what, or where do I order? We had this discussion the other week in the Facebook group where someone asked, where can I buy a printer, and where can I buy stuff
Things
for
like
my
that.
bed, and
Exactly.
where can I buy cheap food, and so on. So,
Yeah, all the most important questions.
So-
where are you going to sleep and what are you going to eat?
exactly. So today we're going to talk about where you can buy food, which are the different shops, where you can buy clothes, furniture, and other stuff, basically.
Yes, and if you're wondering about our Facebook group, which we just mentioned, you can look for it on Facebook. It's called Switzerland for English Speakers.
Yes,
and it's
or-
the perfect place to ask those kind of questions.
Exactly, or you find it also on our website, which is called swissandchips.com. Now we go for it.
Yes, okay. So I think when you first move to Switzerland, you end up just going to the shop that's nearest to your house or nearest to the place where you work if you have a job already,
Yeah,
which can be fine. But at some point, you might want to branch out a bit.
yeah, exactly. I mean, basically it's, I guess, everywhere a bit the same. So we have the normal kiosks, and then we have the bigger food shops, and we have the special shops like the butcher and so on.
The butchers, yeah. But basically, you've got two big contenders, haven't you?
Yeah,
Which
for food, it's basically, we have a range from very cheap and maybe special, not so nice, or nice-ish, and up to a very high quality.
high end.
Yeah, exactly.
And the two kind of mainstream big supermarkets are Migros
Yeah.
and Coop.
Yeah, they are a bit in between. So the Migros is a tiny bit cheaper and has own brands, and the Coop has normal brands and is a tiny bit more expensive. But both are very affordable.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, the Migros has own brands and also doesn't sell alcohol.
Yes, which brings me to a theory that I have. There's a kind of slightly cheaper, slightly smaller shop called Denner.
Yes.
And I have a theory that Migros and Denner are often to be found together. And I'll tell you why. Not only have I
Yeah.
often seen them together, but if you go into Migros, which doesn't sell alcohol, then often next door you'll find a Denner, which does. And I think that's why sometimes they're setting up shop together. That's my theory.
I said so far this is not true, but it might be true because
Yes.
Denner is kind of like specialized for alcohol. I mean, it's a very kind of cheap-ish shop. They try to get rid a bit of this image because they used to be very cheap, and when you enter the shop, it's basically everything is still in
In the big cardboard boxes.
yes, it's not really unpacked and everything, and the vegetable
Exactly.
looks not so nice.
Yeah.
But 3/4 of the shop is alcohol. Mm-hmm. But they try to get rid of this image a little bit, and have fresh vegetable and so on, and it's getting better. But you might be right that the Denner goes to the Migros because there is a bigger chance that people want to buy alcohol because they can't in the Migros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you know why they don't sell it in Migros, by the way?
No, I don't.
Really?
No.
Well, I also have a theory about that, if you'd like to hear it.
Okay.
Which I think may be founded on reality. So I think Migros started life as a kind of family business, didn't it? And they had kind of founding principles that they wanted to be good to society and so on.
Yes,
And part of
still
that,
have.
exactly, part of that was about not selling alcohol.
Okay.
There you go.
And then what we said before, there are also slightly cheaper shops. They are German. It's called Lidl and Denner, I think.
Lidl and Aldi.
Lidl and Aldi, yes, exactly. And they're from Germany, came to Switzerland a few years ago. And they're not so often, but in the bigger cities you find them. And they have more special things and, are slightly cheaper as well.
Totally,
And then if you want to go a little up the money scale, you go
Totally.
maybe to something like the Globus, which they have really nice stuff, but often you buy maybe there's something for Christmas or something like that.
Yeah, I think basically Migros Coop is probably the place for a normal weekly shop or like a normal place you buy some food after work. But I think Globus is the place to get the kind of extra special things.
Exactly,
For
yeah.
example, slightly more special British cheese.
Exactly, yeah.
Because the bigger co-ops now sell maybe like 3 or 4 types of British cheese, different types of cheddar. But in Globus, you can buy a big chunk of a kind of very different type of British cheese.
Yeah. And
Stilton, for example.
yes, and
at
they
a
have,
price.
yeah, they have loads of special chocolate and special drinks as well.
They've got everything.
yeah,
and really nice looking exotic fruits in kind of baskets. And
exactly, yeah.
yum.
So yeah, that's basically where you buy the food. And then do you have any other where you would go and buy food?
I mean, we're not going into markets today.
Yes.
We're just talking about shops, but
Yeah.
obviously markets have all sorts of exciting things on offer as well. I would say that since I moved to Bern a few years ago, I've also found that the Loeb,
Yes.
am I saying that right?
That's a big shop in Bern, right at the train station.
Exactly. They have the big kind of main department store, and then just over the road, they have a slightly smaller little food shop, which just kind of specialises in just very small, nice things. Like they have quite a few
from
imported
different
chocolates, for example.
Exactly, yeah, from different
So you can get like
countries.
American chocolate or British chocolate, Reese's Pieces, things like that.
Yes, but that's especially in Bern. But I think the other shops we mentioned, it's spread all over Switzerland, and you have also like smaller, tinier shops in villages. But you will find them, I'm sure. But the Coop and the Migros are the main ones. Yeah.
Definitely.
And then for clothes, where are you gonna look for clothes in
Ooh,
Switzerland?
where do we begin? I mean, they have all the big main department stores here, basically, like we do in the UK. Probably a few similar to the US, but perhaps not so. It's more European oriented, isn't it?
And not all, but loads.
Many of them, yeah.
Many of them, yeah.
There's a few kind of unique ones. We were talking just before the podcast about Alprausch.
Yeah, it's a brand. Yeah, it's not a shop really, but a brand. Yeah, we have some brands that...
Special Swiss, basically.
Yeah, exactly. But
and I think they
otherwise-
make a really nice kind of unique Swiss clothes that are quite cool as well.
Yeah, it's true, yeah.
Just one
But
example.
we don't have really like a Swiss clothes shop, I don't think. I mean, smaller for sure, but not like big brands.
Not a massive kind of brand that goes like H&M,
No.
for example. The one big thing that I didn't know about for a while, but I think most people must know about now, is Zalando.
Yes.
That seems to be the place that everyone in Switzerland buys their clothes.
Yeah, true.
I
yeah.
constantly see mostly women,
It's
but
an
I'm sure
online
men
shop,
also
yeah.
buy it there.
Yeah.
People walking in the morning to the post office with a massive cardboard box to send their clothes back. That seems to be such a big thing here. To buy
Yeah, I
clothes
think
online.
you can... they send and you can send it back for free. That's why.
It's popular.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So
True.
yeah, they're cool.
Yeah. You don't have that in the UK.
Oh yeah, you do. But
Zalando, I mean.
I don't think we have Zalando in the UK.
Okay.
No. I mean, they could have come since I left.
I'm pretty sure it's also in Germany and so on. We are quite on thin ice today with our knowledge, as we said.
True.
So let's stick what we can find really here.
Exactly. Yeah, food is our speciality.
Yeah. And I think we close, the big brands, or you find some smaller special shops. But it's basically the same with furniture, kind of. You find, obviously, Ikea, where you can buy everything. Like,
The one thing I'd like to say about IKEA at this point, which took me a while to figure out, is obviously their duvet sizes are different to Swiss duvet sizes. Did you know that?
oh, yes, I totally knew that, especially also the pillow sizes.
Yes. I mean, what a nightmare.
Yeah.
And I didn't know when I first moved, obviously. And there's no like sign at the door that says, caution, our duvets and pillows are different sizes to your normal ones.
Yeah.
So you're either fully in or fully out.
Exactly, it's a nightmare. Good side note.
Thank you.
We have some more Swiss things. And here is a bit the same thing like we said at the beginning with the food shops. So IKEA is on the cheaper side.
Totally,
And
yeah.
then we have a little bit pricier is Micasa, for example. That's a Migros thing.
It's owned by Migros.
Yes, exactly. And then, they have a bit more higher qualities. And then also the Interio or Pfister, or Pfister it's called only. They have a higher quality. It's also a bit more expensive. But sometimes you find like, very...
A nice lamp or something that's
Exactly,
not too
yeah.
expensive.
Totally, yeah.
And what I'm wondering is most of these shops are generally at kind of out-of-town big shopping areas, aren't they?
Yes, true.
But are there some that can be found kind of in town centres?
Well, in Bern there is a Pfister, yes, but otherwise it's quite difficult to find them. Yeah, they are usually outside in a shopping center or a shopping street or
Yeah,
an
one of
area.
those like kind of artificially made shopping zones that you normally have to drive to, right?
Exactly, yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Such is life.
I mean, in town you find also the Depot Interio. That's like only decoration stuff. Or you find also in the Globus, you find, for example, things which we said before, that you find very nice food, but you find also it's a department store.
Exactly, yeah.
So you find everything, also furniture.
There you definitely have to go equipped with your credit card.
Exactly. Yeah.
But still.
Yeah, I think you find things, but yeah, it's a bit difficult. And otherwise, I mean, what else do we have special things to buy in Switzerland? With special shops, or like for gardening, or for
you mean like Swiss brands?
Yeah, which don't exist in other countries.
Good question. I mean, we haven't gone into chocolate shops here, but that's a clear speciality.
Yes, but I meant more like we have, for example, like do-it-yourself shops. But there's the Hobby. This is not Swiss only, but I think it's quite famous for everything do-it-yourself stuff. Or the Migros Do It, which is also from Migros, obviously. And they have like wood and everything. Or the Landi is very famous, isn't it?
Yes, Landi is a
Maybe you can tell
shop.
a bit about your first Landi experience. That's a very, very Swiss shop, it has to be said. It's more like a countryside Swiss shop.
Totally.
And I think it developed from, they used to have more like trucks to prepare the fields and so on. And
It's
then moved a bit
it's kind of
more
like a farmer's shop, isn't it?
Exactly.
Which is funny because it just has... I love it basically because you don't find them in city centres, but once you get out and about a bit more and you're in the countryside driving around or something, you come across them. And yeah, it's just a unique kind of assortment of goods, I guess you could say, because you have nice plants that you might want to, buy and take home and put on your kitchen table. On the other hand, they've got really kind of industrial farm equipment and all the stuff you need to keep horses or who knows what.
Yeah, dogs, horses.
All different kinds of 10 different types of shovels, for example.
Yeah, exactly.
Tons of plants, tons of garden stuff, and just really random things, wellies in all different sizes and funny jackets
and also
stuff.
all of that is very affordable, has to be said.
Landi is a great shop.
Yeah, Landi is good, at least to see it once, yeah.
Yeah, to go there and have a look.
Yeah, and then we have the Coop also has all these things like bau+hobby is called from Coop.
Yes, exactly.
So, yeah.
And these are all different brands to the stuff we have in the UK. It would be, same stuff, different name, basically.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But I think many of the Swiss also buy loads of things online. I think for especially very affordable in Switzerland, surprisingly compared also to other countries, is all
electronics.
Electronics, exactly. And there are a few main brands where you can find almost everything. So online you go to digitech.ch or brack.ch. So
spelled with a B or a P?
BRACK.ch.
Yep.
And there you find almost everything. And what is very recommendable is to go first on something like toppreise.ch.
Okay.
Can you spell that?
toppreise.ch.
Exactly, yeah. There you can basically compare prices and then
interesting.
they
I didn't know
refer you
that.
to wherever. And for example, also microspot.ch, that's from the Migros as well.
God, Migros have just got everything.
Or M Electronics, that would be... that was Coop, and M Electronics is Migros. Melectronics.ch. But I would just recommend for electronics, go to... I think it's toppreise.ch. I will have a look. I will look it up, and if you speak for 20 seconds, I will look it up in the meantime, and you can go and compare there everything, and then they will refer you to a website.
Yeah, sure. I think that is actually quite a big surprise when you find out that electronics are probably the one thing that you won't find cheaper outside the country than in Switzerland, because we're so used to in Switzerland looking for, how can we get something cheaper and get it sent to us, basically. And I don't know, personally, I think the kind of hassle of trying to work out, after it takes a long time to come to Switzerland and maybe get stuck at the border and you can have to pay taxes, trying to figure all of that out. In the end, I think it's not so bad to pay a little bit more in Switzerland. But obviously, when it comes to electronics, you don't have to worry about that.
Exactly, yeah. So it's called toppreise.ch.
Excellent. Good.
Yeah.
Good to know.
That was basically where you find all the main things, and from there I'm sure everyone finds their way. You have all the second-hand shops or stuff like that.
We should do a whole other program of second-hand shops, I think, because that is where you really find the gems.
Yes, but that next time.
We'll come to that another time. Great. And if anybody knows for certain if Migros and Denner do kind of pair up and arrange themselves next to each other in shopping centres, then do let me know, because it's just a theory I have right now.
Where can I let you know?
Oh, well, you can join our Facebook group, for example. It's called Switzerland for English Speakers. Or you can send us an email, hello@swissandchips.com.
Or they find you on Twitter.
Yes, they do, at Jofay, Jofahy.
Very good. That was it for today, so...
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.